Welcome back to Clean Tech, home of the daily technology reviews. My name is McKay, and today's episode is brought to you by CleanPhone, but more on them later. So, I have been doing a ton of research lately into the metaverse and exactly which companies are going to dominate the metaverse world. And I have the Wall Street Journal put out an extremely interesting article today that I think is something that is being widely overlooked, and saying that, and this article kind of has two different layers to it. It talks about how Apple's iPhone successor comes into the focus, meaning that the next piece of tech for Apple that they're going to focus on is not necessarily going to be the iPhone. The iPhone's, I don't want to say a dying breed, but it's not booming like it used to be. What the shift will be on is some sort of eyewear, augmented reality, or virtual reality, and let me tell you why. Every single company, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, those three big tech companies, which are the three biggest tech companies in the world, mind you, are focusing on their augmented reality glasses. So let's take a look at the Glasses Get Smart graph. Okay, this is telling you exactly which brands are projected to produce the most amount. And now I don't really know where they're getting their forward projections, but I can see how their forward projections may be true. So if you look at in 2019, the big three tech companies weren't really producing anything, which I thought Oculus would have been, but apparently Oculus wasn't producing that much. In 2020, you had Google, Microsoft, and RealWear and other. And you see in 2021 the same thing. 2022, same thing. In 2023, Apple comes into the play here with 430 million units sold, and then they double it. And then they almost, did they double it again? They almost double it again. And the whole point of this is that Apple does not want to be left behind in a tech race. Everybody's, it was like a long time ago, there was something called the space race. I think we're entering a new era called the tech race. Well, I'm calling it the tech race. There's nobody calling it that. But Microsoft is trying to they have their own HoloLens 2 headset that's retailing for $3,500. And this is mainly focused on business customers. And then you have Google, which is focusing on theirs, and then you also have Meta, which is focusing on their Oculus. So you have all the big tech companies going in, trying to get the biggest share of the market. And here's probably one of the most interesting things that I saw when it comes to the VR race, we can call it, is I'm trying to find the paragraph for you. But basically the paragraph says that this would not be the first time that Facebook became the dominating playground for Apple. Meaning what it looks like may happen is the same thing that happened with Facebook and Apple. Facebook became the platform. Apple was what you used to get to that platform. So that is, and also the Snapchat glasses, the spectacles, which I don't know how much of a real threat those are. I don't know. We'll see. But now that it's being more widely adopted, we'll see. So this is what I think this is a real. Okay, here it is. First, any Apple headset is almost certain to be built around Apple's own homemade chips. That's right. So Apple has their own homemade chips that are top of the line, top notch. That will absolutely give them a huge leg up when it comes to the VR market, because they can build their own chips. And there was one more thing I want to show you guys. Yeah, so that was basically the main thing, is that Apple will be the playground. I believe that Facebook will develop the metaverse, the actual software behind it, and their hardware will fall behind, because I don't believe that they'll be able to beat Apple in some sort of tech race, whether it's glasses or goggles. I don't think that Facebook will be able to beat Apple. Facebook doesn't do hardware. They have failed at it multiple times. But Apple, that's their bread and butter. They ship more pieces of hardware than just about anybody else in the world. So this is extremely interesting to me. I hope you guys enjoyed this tech review. And before we leave, I do have a quick note from our sponsors, CleanPhone, today. CleanPhone is something that everybody should be aware of, especially getting into the metaverse. So what the CleanPhone is it's a phone that you can give your kids. Now you have a data option, but you also have a Wi-Fi only option. What this does is you can manage apps for your kids, so you can tell your kids, you can allow from your own, like from the parent phone, which apps your kids are or aren't allowed to have. Like if you don't want them to play Minecraft past 9 o'clock, you can limit that. You can also monitor their texts and phone calls. You can also schedule how long they can be on an app. So if you don't want them playing Minecraft past 9 o'clock, you can totally do that. And you can also have screen time reports. So if your kid's saying that they've been doing homework for the last 3 hours, you can then check and see, no, you were playing Angry Birds for 2 hours and doing homework for one of them. So that's just a lot of benefits that come with CleanPhone. So if you do get any sort of insight, if you do want to learn more about CleanPhone, go ahead and check the link in the description or visit cleanphone.info. I hope you guys enjoyed this tonight. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Is my assumption correct? Could Apple be the dominating company in the VR world? Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoy this, and like always, I'll see you next time. Happy tech reviews.